Everyone. Thank you very much for coming and for this opportunity to speak. Today we will talk about productivity and, for instance, minimalism of mind and art of simplifying work and focus. So, my name is Elena Zuli, and I'm event director at Alten. And you will ask yourself, why event director is talking about simplifying? Actually, it's because I'm arranging global events in our B2B industry for Altenar, such as ICE Barcelona, SBC Lisbon, Sigma Malta. So it means that I'm handling 20 things at the same time. If you imagine the life of event manager, it's a lot of things happening, and you need to really focus because every sponsorship, every material, every message matters. Since it's a work as operations, I have to react fast on lots of messages. And that's why I'm thinking about simplifying, because without structure and organization, my work can easily become a house. And complexity kills creativity. So, what is the problem? My husband told me, I look at you and I always think that you're harassed by messages. But actually, it's our modern life right now, because there is a term called info obesity. It means that we have so many notifications from social media, from WhatsApps, from your emails, from different channels. And how to distinguish what is priority, what is important. So, have you ever experienced to be bombarded by messages? Raise your hands. So, how it broke down for me? Last year, I was organizing G2E Las Vegas, and I needed to set up a stand, I needed to send materials, and I have to check the logistics. However, I got a message from our supplier, and he told me 5 days before the event, we need a special code for customs, otherwise our branding materials will not be delivered to the stand. At the same time, I had 150 emails, so my focus went to solve this issue. And there where I started to simplifying. First thing I did, I went to my colleagues, and they're here also. And I asked them, how do you deal with this? Because our company grown so much for the past years. From my side, 3-4 events that I was organizing now became 30 events. And some of them told me I book focus time. Some others said that I give my personal number, but I switch off other notification when I do my job, certain task. Some others told me that I would love to delegate, but there is so much things, and training new staff, it's also take a lot of time. So how do we deal with that? Actually, there is no specific formula, because it depends on your custom job, and you can create your own. So that's what I did. The first thing, I wrote all my tasks on the piece of paper to empty my mind and see and analyze them. And I was thinking about what from this list I can delegate. So I choose the tasks that are taking a lot of time, but they're not difficult to do, let's say. And they are so-called low skill or low risk task. Then I wrote a playbook, instruction how to do them, and delegated to my coordinator. First, it was difficult because I had to spend my time on it, but then it went very well. So far, we are receiving very good feedback internally from our team. And they are so happy because we can register people in the last moments, our clients and partners. So it went well. And what I want to say that it gave me 3-4 hours weekly to focus on other things, and especially on planning next event, because in events, planning is the most important things. The better is planning, the better is event. And if we have no news from event, it's a good news for us. And then I went to other tasks. For example, admin task, where you have to work with a lot of incoming information, organize it, put it in the folders, upload on the tools. And I did the same mini playbook and delegated to my coordinator. So if I looked again at my list, I went one step forward and check what else I can adjust. Then I saw that I have a lot of meetings sometimes during the day. Sometimes my day is full of meetings and I have no other time to do email checks or focus time on other things. So I made the slots in my day only for 3 meetings per day. Then I dedicated special time for email check, and I was checking priority before saying yes to anything. And actually, this is a part of not to-do list, because sometimes we are doing so many things and we're saying yes to everything, and however, maybe half of it is not important. Like Andrei asks himself, why do I do it? What do I... Then life hack 2 is to see what channels do you use for work, for example. Because in my job, for many suppliers writing me on WhatsApp, and I would like to keep it for only emergencies. So I move them to the emails. So it gives me space to organize it better. And then I read a lot of books, such as Atomic Habits or Jedi Practice, that recommend you to write your task like a call to action and make it as a task and set it on a certain day. So you don't need to keep this energy to remember about it. Because I was waking up and asking myself, did I book this catering? Did I book this venue? Did I send the material? To avoid this, you can just write it down and set it up as a reminder, so you don't need to waste your energy for nothing. Then I was thinking about distractions. For distraction, you can check what is distracting you the most. It's very individual, because, I don't know, maybe you have WhatsApps that you check, maybe emails. But the truth is that nowadays we do a lot of things at the same time, and it's called multitasking. However, multitasking is efficient only for people who are doing multitasking, and they think it's efficient for them. Scientifically proved that it's not, because you are switching from different channels and you are wasting your energy without completing the big task, let's say. So how to fight them back? There are 3 ways. One is to kill completely and see what from your list you can kill. In my place, I killed some notification from applications, some spam messages, and duplication. Then you can look at the thing what you can control, for example, meetings or your side task, and things that you can accept. In my case, for example, I accept chatting with the colleagues because I can get some insights and ideas, especially creative one. And it's the same when you do your Mongo all night, and then someone comes to you and ask you some things, and then everything fall apart. This is the parallel between IT and events in this field. As a small summary, I want to talk about eat the frog in the morning and what does it mean. So our brain has so-called brain fuel. So it's energy that we have usually in the morning that we can focus on very complex or difficult tasks. And we need to use it wisely because it's limited per day. So That's why they say eat your frog in the morning. It means block a special time in your morning, at least 1.5 hours without any disruptions. You can find a lot of books about it, like 4 a.m. Club, for example, when they say wake up very early when no one is disturbing you and try to think what will bring you difference today, what is the priority, what I shouldn't do, and maybe even meditate a bit about what you want yourself and your career and your project and block this time on your calendar. It's not necessary to do it in the morning, actually. If you are not a morning person, you can do it late in the evening. It's up to you as well, adjust it. And then you do the rest after. That's what I did. And that's where my procrastination reduced, because before I was seeing this big task, doing a lot of small things, and I was procrastinating for the next day. Now I especially book time for it and I do it. As a conclusion, what we spoke today. So we spoke about delegation, that okay, it's hard in the beginning because you have to invest time in your training of staff, but it gives you time back in the future. Then we spoke about what not to do. Ask yourself if everything you do is really you need to do, or maybe you can cut things off or pass it to another department. Maybe someone would be better to do it. And also, are you the one that can do it? Then track your time. I did it like registered my, even our devices show us where you spend your time on social media, on email, and you can adjust it as you want it. There are a lot of blocks and notification stops on the devices. Define your deep work hours by booking it. And stop multitasking because it's actually not efficient, and protect your mornings. To simplify, you also have a lot of tools nowadays, AI, like Katerina mentioned, that can help you to clear up your space, not only at your home, but also in your work. Thank you very much for your attention. And if you would like to follow me up or ask me any question, you have my Telegram, my email, you can check our website. You can also scan the QR code and follow me on LinkedIn. And also, if you would like to know about other methods of simplifying, you can download my book on Amazon. Thank you very much.
Very good. Elena, thank you very much as well. And I believe we have a lot of questions. If you are watching us online, feel free to ask questions under the presentation and I will read them. Okay, by the way, from the audience who would like to ask anything, any hands? Everything's clear. To be honest, I have a question. I know, unfortunately, usually, sometimes I have from 8 up to 12 meetings per day. Some of them are very small, but from my perspective, sometimes it's better not to wait, not to waste time, but to have a very small call. They're small, of course, yes, really, maybe 15 or 20 minutes, to brainstorm, to decide, to agree about something, and sometimes it's super productive from my perspective. I'm not saying that I'm doing it absolutely every day, but very often. Maybe because I'm not developer, I'm manager. What is your attitude to that? Any comments? Because after your presentation, you know, I had a feeling, well, if I have more than 3 meetings per day, it's not okay. And they have definitely, yes. What do you think?
That it's also because everyone has different maybe approach on the job and different jobs, but I would suggest to maybe think about why you have so many meetings. Maybe sometimes you can merge them. Maybe sometimes you can collect several people for the same topic, so you can reduce the meetings. Or maybe you can do monthly calls or weekly calls with all the questions with this person, so you don't need to call them very often. That's what I do.
Great. Okay, from my perspective, because I'm a show director, sometimes always calls about something emergency, urgent, something happens, etc., etc., etc. Unfortunately, it's a part of our work. Well, anyway, does anybody have any questions? Okay, two, please. I will give you a microphone to be sure that people, and I have seen it, be sure that people who are listening us online will have an opportunity to listen as well.
Okay. Hello, thanks for the session first. Okay, I would like to ask you, you mentioned something related to tracking the time. Have you tried this method before? Like when you work, you track every task you are doing through the day, even for personal life?
I like to track my time. I have my daily tasks that are listed. And also I like to check on my mobile where do I spend my time, because it gives you a breakdown. Did I spend, let's say, 3 hours on email, 1 hour on WhatsApp or whatever? And I like to adjust it to what I want to have. For example, I blocked some social media or restricted the hours for them because I want to spend more time on other things. And I put some notifications also or switch them off, so I don't check that often, let's say, for social media. So for me, I also had a sheet where I wrote all the things that I get notification or what is to track them and understand where is my time goes. Because
Because I read about this topic in a book called Executive Manager, I think. And he is speaking about the same concept about tracking every time, even for lunch or something like that. But I feel like it's like micromanagement myself. And it's sometimes like, I don't know, sometimes you are not in a good mood to follow exactly the same plan. So I just wanted to understand like how you tackle this, how you tackle like, for example, that sometimes we're not able to do the same as planned, you know?
yes, I think it's pretty fine when we not always follow what we wanted, because to create habits you need some time to repeat it and do it again. Not always
You are
habits.
saying that it's more like an habits, not like as a time itself. Like you are focusing on the things that you should be done, not as a time itself.
So you kind of form your day or reshape it to what you want. And it takes time, of course, to adjust it, because sometimes you do something automatically. So the more you write down, the more you check yourself, the track, the more knowledge you have to analyze, and then you can see where your time goes better. To kind of, it's self-conscious, to be more self-aware. What are you doing? Because when we are lost in the messages and maybe we don't track and we don't know where our time goes, then we don't have control. To get this control back, it's good to know where it goes, actually.
Thank you.
Question now? No, okay, sorry. Okay. One more question here, yeah? It was answered. Okay, great. Thank you very much. I have one more question. For your personal tasks, what kind of software do you use? Only Asana?
I use Asana. Of course, it's very useful. I use a lot of tools. I use I chat for work in WhatsApps and Slacks, in emails, arranging my inbox, making notification. Of course, AI tools. Now I am learning about more and more. They're on the market. They help a lot to save your time and process big amounts of work as well.
Two more. Oh, three more. Give me a second. Okay.
Hello. So thanks again for sharing this insight. I'm curious because I've been doing something very similar myself as well. I'm a terrible sleeper, so I have to wake up in the morning and be productive early. So, but how did your team align with this routine? Because this is your routine, right? Not not maybe exactly the routine for your colleagues as well. How did you manage to align that with your colleagues? Thank you.
I think for them was important to have more slots for me to book to meet me, but in the beginning it was a bit difficult. But now it's really well. It's working very well, and they accepted it. I mean, we have more productive calls and better agenda because we don't call each other just anytime. Let's say.
Next question.
Thank you. I wanted to ask a bit about the emotional side of things, because all these responsibilities, even though you can operationally decrease them, but still emotionally you take the responsibility and it's like pulling up. I noticed that you are highlighting about the meditation, but at least for me, meditation is learning another new language. It's really tough. Are there any other methods you are using to kind of ventilate yourself or to kind of push it down, the increase of the emotional impact?
Yes, I use some techniques to switch, let's say, because the job is quite stressful. So I do yoga, Pilates. I try to spend my time differently after work. So, for example, going to the nature to switch off a bit. And actually, emotionally, what helps a lot when you are really stressed, you need to switch from your mind to your sensual, for example, touch something or listen to the music, to switch your channel of how the information comes to you, and then it will calm you down very fast. So that's my technique.
Would you consider moving some of your work to AI? So, for example, I don't know, organizing events, or maybe training like an agent, I mean an AI agent who can actually do maybe a task. Would you consider offloading some tasks to AI to take care of?
I think, especially for marketing department, it's a real future AI because it helps a lot, and already we are using a lot of AI tools to do our job. I don't mind it. I think we should go with the time, and if it's like this, why not? But as well as it's the same as you get an employee, you need to train it, you need to put data, so you need to spend time in it in order to get this time back later.
Okay.
Thanks for the session. So you spoke about before about delegating tasks, right? But how do you think that is, what do you think about the best strategies to implement to build trust with your co-workers? Because at the end of the day, okay, your objective is to save time and to make it efficient, but you are also interested that those tasks are delivered with the right quality. And so what do you recommend?
That's why when I started, I tried to find low-risk tasks, so they're not will not affect my work so much, so I can see how it goes. And then slowly, I was giving more important tasks, let's say. And I think it's your personal connection with the person who you work with, and you have to trust. Otherwise, you cannot be a team. So this is the key, let's say. But as I showed in the diagram, you can delegate differently. You can direct, you can guide, you can completely give it out. So it depends which type of task and what type of risk you take on you.
Well, very good. Thank you very much for your interesting questions. Any more? Please raise your hands if you have. Okay, no. Great. Elena, thank you very much. It was really amazing and it's very inspirational. Thank you.